Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you a trick that I used for my most recent dream snap in the mythological sheep dream snap for this week. I decided to go for a Persephone theme, if you couldn't tell by what's already shown behind me, and I have a really cool trick to show you guys. I haven't seen a tutorial on this yet, but I have seen, I believe, one other person do this in dream snaps. I thought it was a really cool idea. I'll show you the picture that I saw that they did, but of course I can't really give full credit because I don't know who they are. So I hope that's okay. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So first off, let's get into what you'll need for this. You're going to need some sort of stack of books. I found that this stack of books was the easiest because it was large but low to the ground. So I highly suggest this one, but you can use others like these two over here. This one will work because it's low to the ground, a small style, so if you don't have much room to work with, you can use this one. This big one can work, but you will need to make sure you angle it correctly so it still shows your character pretty well. You're also going to need another outfit for your character to be wearing. I'll be wearing this one. And you're going to need this Ursula mirror. Now, I'm not sure if this would work with other mirrors, only because you need one that's close to the ground. So you may just need to work with this one. If you want to try and mess with the other mirrors, obviously you're more than welcome. You can do whatever you want in this game, but this is the one that I highly suggest. So first, you're going to take your Ursula mirror and set it up wherever you want. I'm going to set it so that it's right in the middle of these two scenes, one for Persephone and one for Hades. Next, you're going to take your stack of books and set it up so that your character can still fit behind it, but that it is at least near it, as close as possible. Next, you're going to take your mannequin that has the opposite outfit as you, or if you just simply want to make a reflection, obviously that works too, and you just make sure that both you and the mannequin are wearing the same clothes. And you're going to just set it up so that it's at a slight angle from the mirror, but quite a distance away, so it doesn't fully cover your character. Next, you're going to finagle your character into the scene. You need to make sure that you line them up decently with the mirror, otherwise this just won't work like it's supposed to. And then obviously, as you can see here, I can get the books a little bit closer to me, so I am going to do that so that the mannequin is more in the scene. I try to get the mannequin base as little in the shot as possible so that it doesn't draw attention to the base, because otherwise it kind of messes with the illusion, right? So we're just going to get out our camera and test this frame. This takes a lot of messing around, so obviously you're going to need a lot of patience here, because as you can see, I already need to be changing it a little bit. The main goal you're going for is for the books to cover the base of the mirror, but for mannequin face and arms and legs not to really be showing up as much. So you just kind of have to mess with it a little bit. It might again take you a minute. Obviously, again, you're going to need quite a bit of patience for this. I would say that's pretty decent. You can see a little bit of the base here, but again, as long as the majority of it isn't showing, you should be fine. When people are looking at these photos, they're looking at them most likely further away and not as full on the screen as this is, so it's not as big of a deal because obviously your eye isn't drawn to that. You're drawn to this here where your character is standing. I like to keep them in this pose here. It's the easiest to work with in my opinion, and luckily because we have the upgraded photo mode now, you have this little pause button. So what I like to do is wait for my character to be in the right pose. So we want the wings tucked in so there is little showing outside the border as possible. Obviously you're going to have a little bit show outside the border because you just can't get it perfect, especially if you're wearing wings like I am. So just get it as close as possible as you can. Obviously don't drive yourself insane with this. It is just for fun, honestly. I know that obviously the competition can get to people heads because you want the moonstones, you want them for free, but it is in the end just for fun. So I have her almost in the right position here, trying my hardest, but there's little things you have to keep an eye on, like her hands, the wings. Sometimes the crown can get in the way and make it look odd, but again, even if you can just get it somewhat decent to where their eyes aren't drawn to it, then it's not as big of a deal. But you can see how I'm using the pause mode to try and get it in the right spot. that. Sometimes if you get it in the right spot, but it's still a little off, you can kind of rapid click the pause button and it'll move your character very slowly and you can eventually get it in the right angle. So as you can see here, I have her basically in the right position. I might still mess with it a little bit, but she's pretty much in the frame of the mirror, so I'm not gonna mess with it for too much longer here. But now you're just gonna want to make sure the books line up. You don't see her feet as much, which I'm just now realizing actually you can see her feet. So I'm gonna go off camera, mess with this a little bit, and I'll show you what I end up submitting. Okay, so I have just finished messing with the photo. I messed with the lighting a bit. I messed with obviously the book situation, covering her feet a bit more. It was a lot of just back and forth for a bit. Again, you're going to need a lot of patience with this, but that is the general gist of what you should be doing. This is how my submission turned out. I covered her feet more and the base of the mirror more. I got the majority of her in the frame. Obviously, again, you can see her hand goes over the frame a bit more and you can see her wing come out, but because of the darkness of the photo, the darkness of the wings, and the darkness of this side with Hades, you don't notice it as much. Your eyes are immediately drawn to what is in the mirror, and then obviously you can see the character. I was trying to go for a Persephone theme. I hope that kind of comes across with her having this confliction between her dark side and her light side, and obviously being in love with Hades and everything. So yeah, so this is how the photo came out. I'll even show you in more of a full screen so you can see it better. But yeah, I really like this trick. I really wish I could give credit to the person that I first saw this from. If any of you know who it is, please let me know. And I hope this really helps you guys, especially with making your own dream snaps. So good luck this week. I hope everyone does well, and I will see you next time. Bye!